CTV's News political commentator Scott Reid is joining me now with more on this. Good morning to you, Scott. So talk to us about Carney's pitch there in the UAE. What do you think he'll be saying?
Well, United Arab Emirates is the land of sovereign wealth funds. We're talking about trillions of dollars that they like to invest in big scale projects. So think energy, think infrastructure, think about the kinds of projects that Mark Carney has been championing since he became prime minister. So that's going to be his pitch. He's going to basically say, you've got lots of money. You want to put it into large scale projects. You have not found those in Canada before. You will find them now. Let's shake hands and get that money to our shores. That's going to be the pitch. And I suspect he's going to find some receptive audiences there.
How significant could UAE investment be for Canada?
It very significant because the amount of wealth that exists there, and they are large investors, and they do like to invest in the kinds of projects that we're talking about. I mean, twin that with the other news we're hearing about today, the possibility that there will be a major pipeline, possibly some sort of memorandum of understanding with the federal government, British Columbia, Alberta. What if you get a major project that takes it to the North Shore of British Columbia? That's the kind of project that those sovereign wealth funds in the UAE would look at hungrily and say, well, we could put some investment capital behind that. So it could be very significant. And it diversifies our sources of income, and it diversifies our relationships around the world so that we're not just, again, so dependent on the United States, which, as we've come to see, is a little less reliable than we had once imagined.
Yes, that could be an understatement. So this is a prime minister who has done a lot of international travel. How could this trip fit into Mark Carney's broader foreign policy plan?
I think this could be the meat in the sandwich that he's been looking for. A lot of these trips have been about establishing relationships, trying to indicate that there is a new and different government, that there is an ambition in Canada with the new government to build large-scale energy and infrastructure projects. I think we might see actual agreements signed in this case. I think you might see handshakes, more like what we saw in Malaysia, where a deal was concluded on trade. Here, I think you might see an investment pact signed. Maybe even there will be some details about specific projects. I don't know if it'll go that far, but I do think you're going to see more than just a happy handshake and a lot of smiles. I suspect that Carney will be able to say, I actually came away with something in my fist for Canada this time.
And lastly, human rights advocates critical of this visit because of the UAE's role in Sudan. How could this reflect on the Prime Minister?
Well, it's a challenge. He's going to get asked about it. He's going to get challenged about it. And, 2, 3, 4 years ago, we were talking about friendshoring. That was all the rage when it came to international trade and, working with countries that were democratic, that were like ours in terms of values, that had similar points of view with respect to human rights. And this is a variance from that. We've gone from friendshoring to anyone shoring. Why? Again, the answer is Donald Trump. If he's going to turn away the United States from Canada, if it is no longer going to be a reliable partner for investment and for trade, then we must look elsewhere. And that means we may not be able to pick our dance partners quite as carefully as we could in the past.
Scott Reid for us this morning. Scott, thanks so much. Good to see you as always.